Good morning to my Facebook friends and Facebook community, and to Walking on Water Christian Church, and to all the churches. You were praying for each of you. And we're also praying for the racial tension in our country, that God will provide healing throughout our land and throughout the world. Let us pray. God, we thank you for your grace, your word, your favor, and your strength. We thank and praise you for the awesomeness of your goodness. Thank you for your miracles. Thank you for your encouragement. And God, we praise you that your word has power in our lives. Amen. We've been walking together on a series on how Solomon became a trillionaire. And this is part 3. Let me give you the first 3 points that we covered in the last couple of weeks. Let me give you the first 3 points to this series that we covered in part 1 and part 2. If you will remember, number 1 was Solomon discovered his gift. Solomon discovered his gift. That was number 1. He discovered his gift. Number 2, Solomon blessed others with his gift. Solomon blessed other people with his gift. That was number 2. Number 3, Solomon reproduced his gift. That after Solomon was productive and he was meeting the needs of other people through his gift, then he reproduced his gift. He chose 12 men, poured himself into them, and then placed them over the nation of Israel, 12 governors. In other words, he reproduced his gift and reproduced himself and placed them over the nation of Israel. And that's where we stopped last week. Solomon discovered his gift. Solomon blessed others with his gift, and then Solomon reproduced his gift. Let me go to part 3 of this series, and let me give you 2 more points as we continue on the process that God took Solomon through, and he became a millionaire and he impacted the world. Number 4, please write this down. Number 4, Solomon distributed his gift. Solomon distributed his gift. Let me read the text for you. It's 1 Kings chapter 4. 1 Kings chapter 4, verse 34. And it reads like this. From all nations, people came to listen to Solomon's wisdom. Read it one more time. From all nations, people came to listen to Solomon's wisdom, sent by all the kings of the world who had heard of his wisdom. Solomon now distributes his gift to the world. In fact, the world, people from every nation and people from around the world came to Solomon to listen to his gift, to listen to his wisdom. In other words, he brought the world to him. He brought the world to himself. The world came to him because of his gift. So he was able to distribute his gift to the rest of the world. The text says people from every nation and kings around the world sent people to Solomon to listen to his wisdom. He brought the world to himself. the world came to him. He was able to take his gift and touch the world. He distributed. It's the gift of distribution. He distributed his gift around the world. In fact, the world came to him. Either the world can come to us or we can go to the world. Just as long as you touch the world, you want to touch the world with your gift. You want to distribute your gift in such a way that it touches the world. You want to make sure you distribute. You want to go through distribution. And so Solomon distributed his gift around the world. His gift touches people all across the world. Distribution. For the past few weeks, I was looking at the documentary on Michael Jordan and those famous Chicago Bulls, and it's called The Last Dance. And it's about 10 episodes, and it's been very intriguing. I learned a lot about MJ and the Bulls and during the 1990s. But there was one episode, episode 2, it talked about how Jordan's relationship with Nike got started and how his agent was trying to get a shoe deal for Michael Jordan. They first went to Converse because Converse had a lot of the NBA stars, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and they were paying them about $100,000 a piece. And so Converse had most of the NBA stars during that time. But his agent said, no, let's try Nike. Let's see what Nike can do and see what kind of deal Nike will give us. And Michael didn't want to do it, and he goes and does it anyway after his mother encourages him to at least just listen. It never hurts to listen what people may have to offer. And so he goes to Nike and he listens. Nike offers him $250,000, more than what Converse was paying Magic Johnson and Larry Bird at the time. They offered him $250,000. But when the shoe first came out, the first pair of those first Jordans, when they came out, his agent said something interesting. He said, all we wanted to do was to make about $3 million by year 4. That once the shoes came out, the goal was to make $3 million by year 4. So when they made the shoe, they made a good product, and so they distributed the shoe all around the country in various shoe stores all around the country. And people were standing in line all around the country trying to get those first pair of Air Jordans. It did so well, and the distribution was so effective that instead of making $3 million by year 4, it made $126 million in the first year. And the secret was distribution. They had a good product, they reproduced it, and then they distributed to all the shoe stores around the country. And folk were standing in line. I remember I got my first pair of those Air Jordans. I remember when they came out, and we were standing in line trying to get that shoe. But it was in the power of distribution. They were able to take that shoe, which was a good product, and distribute that gift, distribute that product around the country. It was in the power of distribution. Because once you produce and once you reproduce, you have to distribute. You have to find a way to take that gift and touch the world. You have to find a way to take that gift and impact the world. It was the gift of distribution. That's number 4. Solomon distributed his gift. Number 5, Solomon cornered the market with his gift. Solomon cornered the market with his gift. Here's the text. It's 1 Kings chapter 4, verses 30 and 31. Here's how it reads. 1 Kings chapter 4, verses 30 and 31. Solomon corners the market with his gift. Listen to this. Solomon's wisdom was greater than the wisdom of all the people of the East. Solomon's wisdom was greater than the wisdom of all the people of the East, and greater than all the wisdom of Egypt. He was wiser than anyone else. Solomon took his gift, and he was so good at it, he cornered the market. Nobody was better at doing what Solomon did. He did what he did with a high level of excellence, and he cornered the market. When you have a gift or a good product, it's never about the competition. It's about us being able to do what we do at a high level of excellence. You do it at your best. And when you do your best, God will do the rest. And there was nobody around the world who was wiser than Solomon. In other words, he was able to corner the market with his gift. He did it at such a high level. He did it so well that people came to him to have their needs met when it came to wisdom, decision, and choices. He did his job at a high level. It's never about other people. It's never about the competition. It's about us doing what we do at a high level. Doing it with a sense of excellence, doing it so well, the people will come to us to have their need met. No one was wiser, and no one did it better than Solomon. The challenge is to do what you do at a high level that it blesses others. It's not about competition. It's not about other people. It's not about other folk or other forces. It's about taking the gift God has placed in our lives and using that gift to bless other people and doing it at a high level of excellence. I just got through reading a brief article on Jeff Bezos. He's the founder of Amazon. And in the article, he's telling his story. And he says he got the word Amazon from the Amazon River because it means big, massive, and powerful. And he's always wanted to start a company that would be big, massive, and powerful. So therefore, he called it Amazon. Jeff Bezos says he had begun to recognize the power of the website and the power of being online. And so he started going online and using the online tool to first sell books, selling books online. Then he started selling music online, selling videos online. Now he's selling clothes online. Now he's cornered the market. He just purchased Whole Food stores all across the country. He now owns Whole Food stores, 470 locations across the country. He's now cornered the market. He's worth $150 billion. And his company is a $1 trillion company. The Business Insider says that Jeff Bezos will be the first trillionaire by 2026. But here's something that he shared. He says that anybody can have a good idea, But to take that good ideal and to become successful, you have to go through something. One can have a good ideal, but it takes hard work and failure to get to success. One has to go through hard work and failure to get to success. He puts it this way. He says, you can have 5 small failures, but one big success can compensate for 5 small failures. He said during his business career, he's had a lot of failures, but he's also had some big successes that compensated for the 5 failures. So one can have 5 small failures, but one big success can override 5 small failures. You can have 5 small failures, but one big success can overcome 5 small failures. That's why you never run from a failure. You embrace your failures, because you can't really become successful until you learn how to fail. Matter of fact, when you learn the lessons from your failure gets you ready for your success. That's why you don't dodge a failure. You don't run from a failure. You embrace that failure and you learn from that failure. And then that failure will get you ready for your next success. How many folk have fallen, but you got back up? How many folk have made a mistake, but God made a way? How many folk have gone through a setback, but that setback was a setup for your next blessing? I don't know what you're going through right now. You may have had some failures in your past. You may have gone through some mistakes yesterday, but your failure will get you ready for your next success. You can have 5, 10, 15 small failures, but your big success will overcome all those failures. Where you are in your life right now, everything you have gone through has gotten you ready for right now. Whatever you've gone through in the past, it has gotten you ready for right now. Every hurt, every rejection, every setback, every pain has gotten you ready for right now. Your success is around the corner. That's why you don't let a failure steal your joy. Don't let a failure get you off track. Your best is yet to come. And I know I got somebody out there. God has gotten you where you are, and God will take you where you need to go. Can I get a witness? Somebody say, yeah! Well, I gotta go. I gotta go. No matter what your failures have been in the past, you could have had 5 failures, but one big success can overcome. Don't make me shout. One big success can overcome 5 small failures. Well, I'll be back next Sunday for part 4. God bless you. Peace. Have a good week. The best is yet to come. Peace.